We welcome you back here on the Eagles Sports Network for Game 2 of a doubleheader. It's Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry as we gear up for the second game. Carson-Newman has taken the first two of this three-game set. They run rule the Wasps in Game 1 yesterday. That score 14-2 in 7 innings. And then just about 30 minutes ago, Carson-Newman defeats Emory and Henry with a 12-0 shutout thanks to a 9-inning complete game by Christian Henderson, and the offense continuing to fire. Cole Nathan picks up 2 home runs in that ball game. And now Cole Gillis for Emory and Henry, the sophomore righty, will be asked to make the start here in this 7-inning ball game. Colton Kaysen will be on the mound for Carson-Newman, the All-American pitcher for the Eagles. And Gillis has made a couple of starts now so far this season. 5 to be exact, and he's made 6 appearances throughout the year. He has thrown 19 innings and has surrendered 36 hits, 31 runs, 22 of them earned, and is currently holding a 10.42 ERA. Gillis delivers the first pitch to Colton Evans. It's a little bit high in the zone, and after the umpires trade places, it'll be an adventure to see how their strike zones differ. But that first pitch was a strike to Evans, so it is an 0-1 count to the senior as Evans swings at one. It's curling up the right field line and foul, so make it 0-2. Evans was 1 for 2 in that first game. He hit a line drive out to center field. That was his only hit. And then in the top of the ninth, Ian Hubbard came in to hit for him. He also reached base thanks to a walk and was hit by a pitch in the top of the 8th. He was a home run hitter yesterday, and he watches the next pitch coming high at his shoulders from Gillis for ball 1. Next pitch is too far outside. A good take there by Evans. And here comes the 2-2. This one is elevated high out to shallow right field where Payton is underneath it. No, instead Bracey will call him off and make the catch as he's running forward, not backwards. So Colton Evans is sat down, and that brings up the freshman Maddox Green. While we're at it, we'll give you the defensive alignment for the Wasps. Jeriel Lamboy is playing third base. Jarrett Hopp is the usual shortstop, is at shortstop. Payton, who played second in the last game, is going to stay in that position. J.D. James subs out Kyle Fields as Maddox Green hits one on a rope out to left, but it's just the right distance so that Rodriguez, who's playing left, can make the catch. So Rodriguez, your left fielder, Ketwicki, your center fielder, and Isaiah Bracey will be playing right field in the stead of Stuart Callahan. Carson-Newman's lineup is relatively similar, a couple of changes, as the first pitch to Logan Floyd misses outside and low. Floyd is the DH in this lineup for Game 2. And Cole Nathan will follow him in the cleanup spot, so no Bradley Soto Diaz in this lineup. And the next pitch to Floyd misses outside. Sebastian Rodriguez is playing third base, so that means no Aiden Gibson either. And John O'Pierce will be playing shortstop. Ryan Bolton is out in right field, where Soto Diaz typically resides. Here comes Floyd, and it's a hard chop ground ball, but Lamboy, a good job to scoop it up off the one hop, and James with a tricky tag there on Logan Floyd gets the final out of the inning. So a good job by Cole Gillis to sit him down 1-2-3. And when we come back, we'll get a first look at Colton Kaysen and this Game 2 lineup for the Wasps. Stay with us. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Well, it's Colton Kaysen getting the Game 3 start for Carson-Newman, where he has been living all year in these 7-inning games. He holds the program record in complete games thrown, and he's going to try and do it again, give the Eagles the second complete game in as many games after Christian Henderson tossed the 9-inning shutout just earlier this afternoon. Colton Kaysen has made 6 starts here in 2026. He started 15 games last season for the Eagles, where he picked up 13 wins and just 1 loss. He has 4 wins to his name this season to go along with 2 losses. He's thrown 31 innings, given up 28 hits, 12 earned runs. He currently has a 3.48 ERA, but a 2.63 ERA throughout his career at Carson-Newman. He has been nothing short of outstanding. One of the best in Division II in strikeout to walk ratio. And we'll get the start today against this Wasps lineup. It's Jarrett Hoppes, the usual leadoff man for the Wasps, to get things going here as they look to put their first runs on the board in at least 9 innings. The first pitch from Kaysen is on the mark. It is a strike. Lots of pitches in the arsenal for Colton Kaysen. Fastball, slider, changeup, 2-seamer as Hoppes swings through one. Cutter in there as well. Sweeper listed for the sophomore. Multiple different breaking balls that make him so challenging to face as he kicks and fires the next pitch. And it's off the shin pad of Jacob Rogers to make it 1-2. And Hoppes swings through that one, so count it for strikeout number 1 for Colton Kaysen in this ball game. He had 9 strikeouts in his last appearance against Catawba. A career-high 13 against UVA Wise. That was back in late March of 2025, and he'll now face Jaden Rodriguez. Rodriguez skies one high into the shallow outfield. Maddox Green moving in. He makes the catch just behind the back of John O. Pierce, who was moving out from shortstop. And that puts 2 away for the Eagles, and Colton Kaysen will see Kyle Fields next. In his last start against Catawba, it was the lone win for Carson-Newman in the 3-game set against the Catawba Indians. First pitch to Kyle Fields is on the outer corner for strike 1. And here comes Kaysen on the 0-1. Breaking ball that misses low and away. 128 pitches in that complete game against Catawba on the 7th of March. 9 strikeouts in that ball game to go along with 6 walks, just 4 hits though. As Fields fouls one back, makes it 1-2. Kaysen with a 3.78 strikeout to walk ratio as he misses high with a 2-seamer. And makes it 2-2. Kyle Fields played first base in game 1 in this doubleheader, I should say. And here comes the 2-2. It's just a touch outside, says home plate umpire. And makes the count full. Kaysen, an All-American last season, the 5th pitcher that Carson-Newman has had be named an All-American. He was also the Southeast Region's Pitcher of the Year after his stunning freshman season. 3-2 is a little bit too far inside, so the first walk given up by Colton Kaysen. So a strike and a walk here early for the sophomore starter. And the first freebie that Kaysen has given up today, just the first free base that Carson-Newman has given up throughout this doubleheader today. J.D. James swings at the first offering from Kaysen, and he fans through it. Makes it 0-1. James was 0 for 3 in the game earlier this afternoon, where he played as the designated hitter, and he waves through the next offering from Kaysen as well to make it 0-2. In his last at-bat, he hit a line drive out to center field. That was in the bottom of the 8th. And now he hits in the cleanup spot here today as Kaysen misses with that next pitch a little bit too far outside on the lefty. James has got a runner on first base. It's Kyle Fields. And here comes the 1-2. It's fouled back. Keeps it 1-2. In yesterday's game, James was 1 of 3, so he is now 1 of 6 in this series. Usually a .241 hitter on this season. And James hits a soft ground ball over to Colton Evans at first base, and that's going to retire the side. A couple of unassisted plays over at first base throughout this series, and Colton Evans takes care of that one there. So 2 scoreless, top of the first and bottom of the first, and we'll move into the top of the second, where Carson-Newman will look to get the bats going, as they've done early and often here in this series when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
It's Cole Nathan, Sebastian Rodriguez, and Jono Pierce due up for the Eagles to face Cole Gillis for the first time after the sophomore righty sat the Eagles down in order in the top of the first. And Cole Nathan, who is responsible for 2 of the 7 home runs hit by the Eagles in this series, will watch the first pitch go by for ball 1. Nathan hit the Eagles' first inside the park home run since 2000 and 2014, so 12 long years since the Eagles have had an inside the parker, and Cole Nathan the one responsible for it. And that one is fouled back by Nathan, so make the count 1-1. And then in the top of the 9th, Nathan jacks a solo shot over the center field wall that was long, long gone. And he was credited for 5 RBIs in that game. Nathan waves through that pitch from Gillis. Makes it 1-2. After an all-conference season last year, Cole Nathan has kind of struggled through the early goings of the year, hitting just .286 after last year he was well above .300. And here comes the 1-2 from Gillis. And it's fouled off. Nathan playing second base today, where he usually is. Has been really, really solid defensively for Carson-Newman in that spot. Just a reliable guy in the middle infield as Nathan elevates one into center field. It's Smith, or rather Kotwicki, who's moving in to make the catch, and he does for the first out of the inning. Brings up Sebastian Rodriguez, the freshman, who is playing third base in today's game. Rodriguez was 1 of 5 in game 1 against the Wasps. He squares around for the bunt, lays it down. It's in between third base and the pitcher's mound. And the throw to first base is off the mark as Payton was, or actually J.D. James was stretching to get to it, but couldn't make the stretch and was a little shaken up after he fell to the dirt to try and get that one. Rodriguez will stay at first base. So a bunt single for the freshman. Oh no, they're going to credit Emory and Henry's defense for an error there, throwing error. And Gillis will go over to Rodriguez at first, nearly got him there. So be careful, Sebastian Rodriguez. That error credited to Gillis. And next pitch to Jono Pierce misses high. 1-1 count to Jono Pierce. He played shortstop in the last game and hit really well. He was 3 of 4. Make that 2 of 4. As the check over to first base where Sebastian Rodriguez is living currently is not in time. Pierce a line drive out to center field in the top of the 7th. And a ground ball between the 5-6 gap. He would eventually come around to score. The pitch to Pierce is a strike from Gillis. Pierce did not start in game 1. Sebastian Rodriguez played shortstop there, and those two have kind of been switching places throughout the latter part of March, trying to find an answer defensively. And for a Carson-Newman team who, not this weekend particularly, but in late February and early March had kind of been cold in terms of the bats, they start figuring out a tandem that works there between Pierce and Rodriguez. Next pitch to Pierce misses a little too far outside. So make it 2-1. There is one out on the board. And here comes the 2-1. And it's fouled off. Make it 2-2. Emory and Henry now 5-17 overall. 3-11 in sack play. Trying to get back into this sack picture, and what a big moment it would be to come up against a Carson-Newman team who has now won its last 4. Emory and Henry sits towards the bottom of the conference. For the game earlier today, they were 3-10 and were tied with Wise at that mark. Carson-Newman, Tusculum, and Anderson were all tied at 4-9 in conference action, all tied for 8th. Just the overall record that Anderson owns giving them the edge. Tusculum sitting below the Eagles in terms of overall record as Gillis fires another strike that Jono Pierce comes up empty on. And that's Gillis' first strikeout of the day. Nice job by the sophomore there. And here comes the center fielder, Braxton Smith. Smith was 3 of 5 in the game earlier today. He had a home run in game 1. And he gets one to go through the middle. Sebastian Rodriguez makes a hard turn around second as Kotwicki nearly runs right through that ball and leaves it stranded on the grass. Instead, he will pick it up. Sebastian Rodriguez will hold up at second. And Braxton Smith with the first hit of the ball game for Carson-Newman. Brings up Ryan Bolton, who is playing right field today for Carson-Newman. Coming in for Bradley Soto Diaz, giving the senior a little bit of a break, and he watches the first pitch go by for ball one. He's got runners at first and second, and 2 outs to work with. It's Sebastian Rodriguez on second, Braxton Smith on first, so relative speed on the bases. Off-speed pitch from Gillis misses low. Good take by Bolton there. Jackson Arrett doing the catching behind the dish today. As Payton kind of cheats towards second, looking for Rodriguez. Instead, Gillis will miss to Bolton high. Gillis wants to check on Rodriguez at second. Ryan Bolton, the junior out of Knoxville. Lots of Tennessee natives here on this roster for Tom Griffin. He has a 3-0 count, and the pitch is finally at the top half of the zone. Makes it 3-1. Bolton, a .233 hitter this season. He's got 3 hits off the bench for Carson-Newman. Couple of stolen bases to his name as well, so speed on the base path should he get on. And he fouls one back over the netting here to make it 3-2. Here's some fans oohing and eyeing as the parking lot here at Porterfield Duval is pretty close and just in a really bad position for foul balls. Bolton takes a high pitch out to right center field. That one's going to get down as Sebastian Rodriguez comes in to score. Kotwicki makes the throw into second. 2 RBIs for Ryan Bolton as the offense keeps on cruising for Carson-Newman. The Eagles are up 2-0 here in the top of the second. Bolton, his first extra base hit of the season. And he collects 2 RBIs along with it. Brings up Jacob Rogers, who is doing the catching in today's game. Carson Cochran has been so good, and now Tom Griffin trying to get his other catchers going as Rogers takes the first pitch, a check swing there. And it's a strike. So 1 ball and no strikes for, or 1 strike and no balls for Jacob Rogers. Ryan Bolton is on second, and Jacob Rogers hits a hard ground ball to Hoppes, who gloves it down with the backhand. On the throw, J.D. James can't handle it off the 1-hop. Ryan Bolton's going to come in and score off the error, and Jacob Rogers is safely on first base. A throwing error by Jared Hoppes. He had one in, he had 2 actually, in game 2 of this 3-game set as well. So the shortstop having some troubles defensively. As Jacob Rogers hesitates to take off, and Arrett will throw him out at second. Not sure if that was a muff sign or if Rogers just didn't commit. But that'll be the inning as Jacob Rogers is caught stealing. And Colton Evans will return to the plate when we come back in the top of the third. As for the Wasps, they now have a 2-run deficit, make it 3-run deficit to make up. And they've got Jackson Arrett, Jeriel Lamboy, and Isaiah Bracey due up when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Raina DeCrow checking on with you for Game 2 of this doubleheader here on this beautiful Saturday in Emory, Virginia. Carson-Newman wins Game 1 and Game 2 of this 3-game set, and they do it in double-digit fashion. A run rule decision in Game 1, 14-2, where they end things early in the bottom of the 7th. And then a 12-0 decision in Game 2. Emory and Henry trying to get on the board here with Jackson Arrett, Jeriel Lamboy, and Isaiah Bracey due up. And a first pitch swing by Jackson Arrett is skied up the right field side. It's luckily just going to creep out of play, and he'll get another chance at the plate. Carson-Newman is up 3-0 after their 3-run top of the second. Sebastian Rodriguez had reached on an error, and then Braxton Smith moved him around on a ground ball into center field, where Ryan Bolton came up and hit a double to send 2 runners in to score. Bolton eventually came around on an error by the shortstop, and here comes the next pitch from Kaysen. Breaking ball that is really well placed and makes it 0-2. Emory and Henry scoreless for the last 10 innings against Carson-Newman, trying to break the curse here as Arrett fouls one away. Looked like it was off the knob of his bat. Count is still 0-2. Kaysen has 1 strikeout, and it'll stay 0-2. Took 4 batters to sit the Wasps down in the bottom of the first, but eventually they get it off weak contact as a softball that had come in from the softball game going on here in Emory, Virginia, pops onto the baseball field. Maddox Green retrieves it and tosses it out of play. And Arrett fouls another one away. So the count is 0-2, but he's getting ready to face pitch number 6 of this at-bat. While we're at it, we'll give you the defensive alignment for Carson-Newman. Rodriguez is playing third base. John O. Pierce at shortstop. Cole Nathan at second. Colton Evans is at first. That's your infield. And here comes Kaysen on the 0-2. Misses low, so make it 1-2. Maddox Green is in left field. Braxton Smith in center. And Ryan Bolton is in right field. Colton Kaysen is on the mound, and doing the catching in this game is Jacob Rogers. And here comes the 1-2. Got him watching. Strikeout number 2 for Colton Kaysen.
Third baseman, number 20, Jeriel Lamboy.
15 strikeouts for the Eagle pitching staff over the weekend. And the first pitch to Jeriel Lamboy is a strike on the outer half. 1 out on the board now for Carson-Newman. And here comes Kaysen with the 0-1. It's a soft ground ball that Colton Evans gloves down. Speed from Lamboy, but Colton Kaysen is there in time to cover his first baseman, and it's the 3-1 putout for Carson-Newman. So 2 outs on the board brings up Isaiah Bracey. Bracey did see a little bit of time in Game 1 against Carson-Newman. Did not play earlier this afternoon. Bracey was 0 for 2 in Game 1 against Carson-Newman with a strikeout and a walk and a ground ball to the pitcher. And he hits a soft ground ball to Sebastian Rodriguez at third base. Throw is well in time, and that'll be the inning. So 1, 2, 3 for Carson-Newman, and they'll get back to work on offense when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Colton Evans, Maddox Green, and Logan Floyd due up.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Lots going on today in the South Atlantic Conference as Nationals for track and field are going on. Nationals for swim and dive are going on. Multiple league softball games happening in Sackland. Of course, Sack baseball going on as Colton Evans steps in to face Cole Gillis for the second time. First pitch is a strike, well placed on the inside corner. And Evans, who is 0 for 1 today in this game in particular, not 0 for 1 over the 2-game set, watches the second pitch go by. It's well outside for ball 1, so make it a 1-1 count to Evans. He flew out to right field in his last at-bat. He was 2 for 3 yesterday in Game 1 with a home run, a couple of RBIs to go along with it. And he hits this next pitch hard to Lamboy. It takes one hop as he gets it on a knee, and a good throw over to first base where James is waiting. We'll put out number 1 on the board.
Now the left fielder, Maddox Green.
Maddox Green, the left fielder, who flew out, or lined out, I should say, to left in his last at-bat, will step up. So Green 0 for 1 in this game, but was 1 for 3 in Game 2, 1 for 1 in Game 1. And he takes the first pitch. That is a called strike. Next pitch to Green misses low and away for ball 1. Carson-Newman falls to Lincoln Memorial in softball in 9 innings, so it takes extras to solve as the next pitch to Green misses outside. 9 innings to solve, and it was a 2-1 decision. Lincoln Memorial ends up taking that game from Carson-Newman at their home ball field in Harrogate. They tack on a run in the bottom of the 9th to win that game. Next pitch from Gillis is a breaking ball that is on the lower outer corner. Beach volleyball beat Lynchburg 5-0. They've been outstanding this season. And here comes the next pitch that Green fouls away. Carson-Newman baseball currently leads Emory and Henry by a score of 3-0. And the second game in the doubleheader for softball is underway in the bottom of the first. It is still 0-0. Nothing there. Carson-Newman women's basketball takes on number 15 Lincoln Memorial at home later today as Maddox Green hits a little soft bleeder to third base, and no one's going to get there in time. Lamboy was crashing in to try and make the play, but no point even making the throw because that was just a routine single. Routine. Just kidding.
Now that designated hitter, Logan Floyd.
Right up the third base line. It was moving super duper slow. And Maddox Green now is on base. He is 1 for 2 today. Brings up Logan Floyd, who is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Floyd takes the first pitch. Hits the top outside corner. And makes it 0-1. Beach volleyball still has to play Liberty later today. And women's basketball takes on Lincoln Memorial at 7:30. Andrew Rogers on the call for that one here on the Eagles Sports Network. You can listen to him later here on the radio or on YouTube. Can also watch that game on the NCAA's website. Here comes the 0-1 from Gillis, and Floyd fouls it back. Makes it 0-2. Floyd was 1 for 5 in the game earlier today. He finally got a hit in the top of the ninth. A 2 RBI double. And he's been so good this season. One of the best hitters in Division II. And he gets his team leading 10th double of the season in that ball game. Was 27th in the NCAA coming into the weekend in terms of doubles. And he watches the next pitch go by for ball 1. There is one out on the board. Maddox Green is at first base as he takes the sign from Tom Griffin, and Logan Floyd has a 1-2 count. Here comes Gillis, and Floyd fouls it back. Good job by the junior to stay alive. Floyd the junior, a 434 hitter on the season. Sorry, don't want to discredit him for all the work that he's done this year. 3 for 5 yesterday, 1 of 5 earlier today, so 4 of 10 throughout the series. And here comes the next pitch. It's lifted out towards right field. It's moving back to the track where Bracey has it underneath him. Maddox Green has to sprint back to first base. That was a good catch by Bracey moving towards the line. And puts 2 away for this Emory and Henry defense. Brings up Cole Nathan. He is 4 of 12 in this series, 2 home runs in the last game. Flew out to center field in his last at-bat. This is his second look at Gillis. And the curveball, really good on the top outside corner. Nathan, a .268 hitter on the season, but has been really selective at the plate, and part of the reason why he's been on base almost 40% of the time. Leads this team with 15 walks as the check back to first on Green is not in time. Maddox Green takes off. Eric's toss is not in time. Maddox Green is in diving. That throw's going to get into center field, and Maddox Green will head over to third, where he is in prime scoring position for Cole Nathan now. So a stolen base there for Maddox Green, and then he reaches on the throwing error. Pitch is high and away for ball 1. Actually make it ball 2. There's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs on the board, and Maddox Green at third base, and here comes Cole Nathan's pitch. It is a A strike that just clips the black of the plate makes it 2-2. Two kicked and fired, and it is towards the parking lot. No harm on any of the vehicles out there from that one. And the 2-2 delivered again. It's fouled back. That one probably will hit a vehicle. Cole Nathan, the All-Sac second baseman, trying to keep on his production in this series. He's got a couple of really good extra base hits, and that one is out towards right field where Bracy has to stutter step, but does make the catch. And that was a hard hit ball by Cole Nathan, nothing you can do there. And that'll be the inning. Maddox Green gets stranded on third base. And we'll move into the bottom of the third where Colton Kaysen will go back to work. It's Payton, Kotwicki, and Hop is due up when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Ryan Payton steps in to the batter's box to face Colton Kaysen for the first time. He squares around for the bunt and misses, so strike one on Payton. And Kaysen now working into his third inning. He threw a complete game the last time out against Catawba, went 7 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs, but 9 strikeouts to go along with it. As right on cue, a strike from Kaysen gets Payton swinging. 0-2 now. Kaysen has 2 strikeouts. And here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Make it strikeout number 3 for Colton Kaysen as he continues to cruise through lineups via the strikeout.
Number 40, Jace Kotwicki.
First pitch to Jace Kotwicki. He watches go by, and a good take there. He was too far inside. Kaysen delivers the next one. It's a good pitch that is a fastball to the outer corner. Makes it 1-1. Kaysen works really quick out there on the mound. His pacing, very confident, very straightforward as Kotwicki fouls another one off. Doesn't give hitters much time to think or adjust out there as he works quickly with Jacob Rogers. Him and Rogers have paired up quite frequently this season as Kotwicki on the check swing doesn't come around and makes it 2-2. especially with Kayson's quick pacing, and the coaching staff has praised Jacob Rogers for his pacing ability and how he's able to adjust to pitchers, how fast or slow they want to work. And that pitch from Kayson missed the mark, so it is a 3-2 count, and here comes the payoff. Got him! Colton Kayson uses the off-speed to get his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. And there are now 2 outs on the board for this Carson-Newman defense. That brings up Jared Hoppes, who gets his second look at Kayson. And he hits a hard line drive up the right field line. It just leaks foul. Hoppes, a 239 hitter on this season. He was 0 for 4 yesterday and was 0 for 4 in Game 2, so he is 0 of 8 on the series. He has been one of the toughest strikeouts in the South Atlantic Conference. Before this series, had only struck out 2 times. And he now has 4 strikeouts throughout this series as Kayson misses on a breaking ball to make it 1-1. One on the way, and Kayson misses outside and high. Rogers does his best, but it doesn't fool the home plate umpire. So 2-1 count now for the sophomore. Next pitch is good in the lower half to make it 2-2. And that one is one hopped to Sebastian Rodriguez. He misjudges it, and that's going to be an error for Sebastian Rodriguez there as he mishandles the soft contact. Brings up Jaden Rodriguez, who coming into this series was the best bat in this lineup, but has been rendered pretty helpless in these games. Was a .419 hitter coming in to the weekend. Was 0 for 2 yesterday and 0 of 3 earlier on today, and the first pitch to him is a strike from Kayson. He flew out to left field in his last at-bat and looks to get his first hit on the board in this series. Kayson eyes him down, and here comes the 0-1. It's a check swing, but tapped back, and makes it 0-2. Jared Hoppes is on first base. There are 2 outs on the board for the Carson-Newman defense. And Rodriguez swings at the next pitch. Kayson had jammed him up, but he does a good job fouling that one away to keep his count alive. The junior comes out of Thomasville, North Carolina. He stands at 5'10" and hits from the left side. He is playing left field, where he is kind of taken up stock all season, and he swings at this one, lifts it out towards left field. Maddox Green is leisurely jogging in. He makes the catch, and that'll be the inning. So Colton Kayson, it takes 4 batters. It should have taken 3 as the error from Sebastian Rodriguez puts a runner on base. But nonetheless, the Wasps are still scoreless through 3 innings. Carson-Newman leads this ball game 3-0 as we move into the top of the 4th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. Windows. AEC, power what matters most.
It is Sebastian Rodriguez at the plate right now, and the first pitch from Cole Gillis misses outside on the lefty to make it 1-0. Beautiful day here from Porterfield Duvall Stadium. This stadium really, really old as Rodriguez waves through that next one. Such a historic ball field here in Emory, Virginia. This field has existed since the 1970s. So, just about 50 years old, more than that, as Rodriguez hits one hard out to center field, where Kotwicki is backpedaling and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Brings up John O'Pierce, who was 0 for 1 in this contest. He struck out in his first at-bat. And Cole Gillis has done a marvelous job thus far of corralling these Carson-Newman hitters. Just a couple of hits that he's given up. Eagles do currently lead 3-0. Those 3 runs they put up in the top of the second as Pierce hits a ground ball that gets past the diving James at first base into right field. Pierce takes a hard turn around second. He's breaking for the bag, and he's going to be in head first. John O'Pierce with the long strides to get all the way around to second. And hustle from the junior shortstop gives him an extra base hit there.
Now batting the center fielder, Braxton Smith.
Brings up Braxton Smith, the center fielder. Smith hit a ground ball out to center field in his first at bat, so he is 1 for 1 in this ball game. And this one towards the shortstop in Hoppes. He tosses it over to first base. That'll be out number 2 of the inning. John O'Pierce is still at second base. And now Ryan Bolton, who has the other extra base hit in this ball game. He had a double in his first at bat out to right center field. And he steps in from the right side. First pitch to him is fouled back. But this field over 50 years old here in Emory, Virginia, and so much history on this eastern side of the United States in baseball as you have minor league teams surrounding this entire area. It's an 0-1 count to Bolton. Here comes the 0-1, and it's fouled back again to make it 0-2. And this isn't the only old ballpark in the South Atlantic Conference, as Anderson Memorial Stadium is about the same, just about 40, 50 years old. The Eagles have got to play there as well this season, and Bolton check swings at that pitch, but barely moves his bat, so it's a 1-2 count. It missed well outside. In that Anderson series, they did go 1-2. Anderson takes the first 2 games, and Ryan Bolton hits a chopper up the middle where Payton had already cheated towards second to take care of Pierce, and he makes the toss over to first base in time. It's going to leave John O'Pierce stranded. And Carson-Newman will return to the field. Colton Kaysen will face Kyle Fields, J.D. James, and Jackson Arid. 3-4-5 when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Kyle Fields will be up to the dish to face Colton Kaysen for the second time. Fields walked in his first at-bat. That's the only walk that Kaysen has given up in this ballgame. Otherwise, he has 4 strikeouts, and the first pitch to Fields misses too far outside. Tom Griffin has been loving on his starting pitchers recently as Fields cuts through the next pitch and comes up empty. So it's a 1-1 count. And rightfully so, because Ryan Higgins has a really good start yesterday where he goes 5 innings and gives up just 1 run. And the next pitch from Kaysen is low off the shin pad of Jacob Rogers for ball 2. But especially last weekend, Colton Kaysen, Ryan Higgins, and Christian Henderson combined to allow just 1 run to score in the first 5 innings of each of those games against the ranked Catawba Indians as Kaysen fires a fastball to the outside corner to make it 2-2. And then you look at what Henderson and Higgins have done in these first 2 games of the series. Now it's just up to Colton Kaysen to keep things going as Kyle Fields hits one over the head of Cole Nathan at first base. Ryan Bolton gets it off 1 hop. And that's the first hit given up by Colton Kaysen in this ball game, the first hit for Emory and Henry in this game.
Now ready for the loss, the first baseman, number 17, J.D. James.
And Fields doing a good job getting himself on base. He was one of the few Wasps with a hit in game 1 of this 2-game doubleheader. He had taken off and was trying for a hit-and-run situation with J.D. James, but James fouls that one back to make it an 0-1 count. So Kyle Fields at first base and J.D. James at the dish. James earlier today was 0 for 3 and was 1 for 3 in game 1 against Carson-Newman. He squares around for the bunt. It's high into the air, and Colton Kaysen makes the catch as he digs towards the first baseline and makes an out happen. He's now responsible for 5 outs on his own. Also got the put out on Jeriel Lamboy when he ran over to help Colton Evans out. And that brings up Jackson Arrett doing the catching after Kai Gregoire, who had been really strong to start the season for Emory and Henry, had led this team in home runs, is given a bit of a rest here in game 2. And Kaysen fires this one into the glove of Colton Evans. Oh my goodness. The first baseman on full defensive display today, and Colton Evans with a heads-up play. Wow, 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 Colton Evans. Unbelievable. Dives to catch it and ends up landing on first base as he makes the catch and then tags the bag just for assurance. What a defensive play by the senior Colton Evans. And that'll put the inning away. So Carson-Newman gets out of this one. And he tags the bag to get Kyle Fields out as he was running towards second, thinking for sure that was going to be a base hit. And And that'll bring Cole Gillis back to the mound. So we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network to see if the Eagles can tack on to their lead.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
It's Jacob Rogers who will lead off here for Carson-Newman in the top of the fifth. Carson-Newman currently leads 3-0 as we get a quick pause for a softball that came out to left center. Rogers, this is his first appearance in this series. He is 0 for 1 today after he reached on an error in his first at bat. And he watches the first pitch go by that Cole Gillis stamps the zone with, so it's an 0-1 count. And here comes Gillis on the 0-1. It's outside on a breaking ball to make it 1-1. Hit a hard ground ball to the shortstop Hoppes in his first at bat, and he would be credited with the error. But he reaches base nonetheless as he hits another hard one right at the tarp out in left field. And makes it 1-2. Beautiful day for some baseball as the weather continues to warm up. The wind not blowing like it was yesterday when Carson-Newman hit 5 home runs over the left field wall. 64 degrees and sunny here in Emory, Virginia. Next pitch to Rogers. Misses outside to make it 2-2. There is no outs on the board for Emory and Henry Rogers, the leadoff hitter here. And that pitch misses outside and low again, so make it a full count. Gusts were up to 37 miles an hour yesterday. The wind was just soaring. But instead, we've got dead air here today and a beautiful sunny day to take advantage of as Rogers fouls one up the right field line. Keeps the count full. Jacob Rogers, a 133 hitter on this season. Senior local to Jefferson City, and he lofts one out towards right center. It's between everybody and is going to go down. So Jacob Rogers has a leadoff single in this top of the fifth.
Now batting the first baseman, Cole Nevins.
Rogers is one of the more vocal players on the team. When you're on the bus with him or whatever it may be, he likes to have a good laugh and make the team laugh as well. And you can hear his teammates yelling after him after that leadoff single that brings up Colton Evans, who squares around for the bunt. The pitch is well out, and he'll pull back for ball one. Evans hitting .316 on the year. He is 3 of 5 throughout this series. Hit a line drive in the game earlier today out to center field. That's his lone hit of the day. But he did hit a home run yesterday and had a couple of RBIs to go along with it. He steps in for the 1-0 after Gillis wanted to check Rogers at first base. Here comes the pitch. It's a little too high, kind of at letter height on Evans. So makes it 2-0. He is 0 for 2 in this contest. He grounded out to third base in his last at bat. And he squares around for the bunt again. Curveball for Gillis doesn't land, makes it 3-0. Evans around for the bunt again, and he pulls back in time off a high fastball to take his base. So the first walk surrendered by Cole Gillis.
Now that the left fielder.
And that's going to
Maddox
move Rogers over to second base and bring up Maddox Green, who is 1 for 2 in this game. He hit a ground ball really shallowly in the infield to Jeriel Lamboy, who couldn't get there in time. It was just barely leaking out towards him, and Green, one of the faster members of this club, gets out to third base as Jimmy Gamboa goes out to have a conversation with Cole Gillis and his infield, trying to make sure they have things in hand. It's still a manageable 3-run ball game. Carson-Newman leads 3-0 after their 3 runs in the top of the second. They did that when Sebastian Rodriguez reached on an error. Braxton Smith hit a ground ball into center field, and then Ryan Bolton with a 2 RBI double made it a 2-0 ball game. Then Bolton would come around to score off of a couple of errors. Everyone returns to their position. Runners are on first and second. It's Rogers at second, Evans at first, and Gillis to throw the first pitch to Green. Everyone will take the sign there from Errett behind the dish, trying to figure out what they're going to do here in this situation. You saw Hoppes kind of take off towards third base in that last little setup there. Rogers is about 3 strides off of second. James crashes. The pitch to Green is a ball. And Payton was moving over to second base. No sign coming from Errett this time. And it's a 1-0 count to Maddox Green. Green squares around for the bunt. It's up the third base side. Rogers is going to be on first. Maddox Green is out at first. Rogers on third. Evans at second. And now runners in scoring position for Logan Floyd, the designated hitter.
Now that the designated hitter, Logan Floyd.
Lots of sacrifice bunts coming for this Carson-Newman team. Generally just a sacrificial team. Carson Cochran, Aiden Gibson are both top 10 in the sack. In sacrifice bunts as Logan Floyd takes advantage of a first pitch from Gillis that is hard out to right field, and both runners are going to come in to score, Rogers and Evans. 100 miles an hour off the bat of Logan Floyd. And that makes Carson-Newman's lead 5-0 here with the 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Now Colton Kaysen can be confident going out with a 5-run lead. Trying to end out and finish out this ball game brings up Cole Nathan. Logan Floyd takes off towards first base, and Hoppes makes the throw in time to Cole Nathan at second. That's going to put 2 outs on the board. As Logan Floyd makes it over to second, Cole Nathan asked to execute the hit and run. And now here comes Sebastian Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 2 today, and he takes the first pitch that is a strike. He reached on an error in his first at-bat. He would eventually come around to score thanks to Ryan Bolton's double. And flew out to center field in his last at-bat. He hits one over. No! Hop is with the hops. Gets up into the air to make a great catch off Sebastian Rodriguez's little line drive. And that's going to put the inning away. A great defensive play. We've seen some really good defensive play from either side. Whether it be the Colton Evans catch or that one from Hop is just there. And Carson-Newman, with 2 runs in the top of the 5th, will go into the bottom where Colton Kaysen will look to continue his good work. And we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Jerry Lamboy will get things going here for the Wasps in the bottom of the 5th, and he watches the first pitch from Colton Kaysen come all the way across the plate and land on the outer half of the zone for strike 1. Kaysen has allowed just 1 hit. He has 4 strikeouts in this ball game already. The next pitch is a ball, missed in a similar, well, hit in a similar spot, just a little bit farther outside on that one to make it 1-1. Lamboy is 0 for 1. In this contest, hit a ground ball to Colton Evans at first base in his first at bat, where Colton Kaysen was there to cover the bag, as Lamboy fouls one away and makes it 1-2. Lamboy, the junior, is 5'10" and comes from Puerto Rico. Everyone watching the World Baseball Classic recently, and everyone gearing up for USA against the DR. Going to be a good game, no doubt, as Kaysen fires the 1-2 and count it. Strikeout number 5 for Colton Kaysen, as he is cruising out there. He gets his second, make it 3rd strikeout looking, and he's got 2 swinging to go along with it. Brings up Isaiah Bracey, who is also 0 for 1 in this game. And he waves through the first offering from Kaysen. This is Bracey's second look at Kaysen in this ball game. And the senior, who played in just 8 games last season, transferred over from Virginia Peninsula Community College, as he cuts through the next one as well to make it 0-2. 0-2 is cut on and missed. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Colton Kaysen, and that looked confident from the sophomore.
Now batting for Emory, the second baseman, number 3, Ryan Payton.
40 strikeouts on the season thus far for Colton Kaysen. And here comes the first pitch to Ryan Payton, and it is a little too far outside for ball 1. Kaysen fires, and this one a ground ball into the glove of a diving Sebastian Rodriguez. Tag is there, but it comes out of the glove of Colton Evans off a little bit of a wonky throw that was just a little bit far to the left of Colton Evans. what would have been a marvelous defensive play by Sebastian Rodriguez at third base.
Now batting center fielder number 40, Jace Kotwicki.
And now the second hit for the Wasps here in this ball game as Ryan Payton gets on the board with a hit and brings up Jace Kotwicki, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. He swings and fouls off the first offering from Kaysen here in his second at-bat. Hard defensive play for Sebastian Rodriguez to make, but a great effort over there on the hot corner to try and make it. So now Payton, 3 strides off first, and Kaysen gives him a look before headed back to Kotwicki. Kicks and fires, and that one a little too far outside as Rogers wanted to take a peek over at Payton as well. Makes it 1-1. Kaysen has thrown 61 total pitches now. And Kotwicki fans through that one. Kaysen looking for strikeout number 7. Too far outside and high on that one, so it's 2-2. Carson-Newman leading Emory and Henry 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th as the Wasps try and break into the scoring. They haven't scored since the bottom of the 6th as Kaysen pitches out one more time and makes the count full. Haven't scored since the bottom of the 6th in Game 1 and trying to put some runs on the board for the first time to answer the 2 by Carson-Newman put up in the top of the 5th. Kaysen fires and it's fouled back by Kotwicki. Good job by the center fielder to stay alive. Kotwicki, the freshman, making just his 4th start here. He started in Game 2 of this 3-game set, but he cuts on that one and misses. Lucky number 7 for Colton Kaysen as he gets all 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th by form of a strikeout. 2 swinging, 1 looking for the D2 All-American. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the top of the 6th.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
John Pierce.
It's John O. Pierce, Braxton Smith, and Ryan Bolton due up for Carson-Newman. That's 6, 7, 8 for the Eagles. Pierce is 1 for 2 in this ball game. He hit a double into right field in his last at bat and looks to keep the streak alive. Curveball from Gillis is good, so strike 1 to John O. Pierce. That curveball Gillis has gone back to a lot in this ball game. And he lines up against Pierce again, goes to the fastball, a ground ball up the middle. Both of the middle infielders were playing true to their positions, so that's going to leak in to shallow center field. And John O. Pierce has his second hit of this ball game. He's now 2 for 3 in Game 3 of this series. And he was 2 for 4 in Game 1 of this doubleheader. So He is now 4 of 7 against Emory and Henry, and that brings up Braxton Smith. Smith watches the first one go by, but it is good on the upper outer corner for strike 1. Smith, one of the home run hitters in game 1. Carson-Newman jacked 5 in that ball game. 2 courtesy of Cole Nathan coming earlier today. So 7 home runs over the last 2 games for Carson-Newman. Before this, they were just had 11 home runs on the season and were 10th in the sack in that category. After their 5 in Friday's contest, they jumped up to 8th as John O'Pierce takes off looking for his second stolen base, and he's got it. 2 stolen bases for John O'Pierce in this ball game. And now Braxton Smith has a runner in scoring position with a 1-1 count and 3 outs to work with. Oh, 2, and that one is fanned through. Second strikeout for Cole Gillis.
Right fielder, Ryan Bolton.
Second strikeout of the 2 games for Braxton Smith, and here comes Ryan Bolton. Bolton collected one of the first hits of the ball game with a line drive into right center. And another softball makes its way into center field. Bolton hasn't seen a pitch yet from Cole Gillis in his at-bat. He takes a swing at the first one. Hoppes gets to a knee to grab it, and he makes the throw in time. A great defensive play. But John O'Pierce is going to move over to third, and there is 2 outs on the board. And now Jacob Rogers is going to try to score John O'Pierce with just 1 out to work with. Good defensive play by Hoppes. He's kind of struggled today on defense. A couple of errors to his name. 3, I believe, is the number throughout this doubleheader. And that first pitch to Rogers misses high and away for ball 1. Rogers is 1 for 2 today. He reached on an error in his first at bat after he hit a ground ball to Hoppes. Throwing error there by the shortstop, and then he was caught stealing eventually, so it didn't matter. Then a line drive into right center field in his last at bat. He would come around to score in the top of the 5th, and that's why the Eagles have a 5-run lead here. Next pitch misses high and away again, so ball 2. Carson Cochran played really well in games 1 and 2 as Rogers takes a swing and fouls one back, so make it 2-1. And now Jacob Rogers with a chance here to kind of try and keep this catching group on the positive side of the hitting train. Carson-Newman has now won 4 games in a row. They win a midweek match against Lee earlier on in the week. Curveball from Gillis just barely misses the mark and makes it a hitter's count for Rogers. They take down Catawba in a 4-6 or 6-4 decision in the series finale, and now have won the last 2 against Emory and Henry. Here comes the pitch. Rogers elevates it out towards left field, but it's going to drift foul and makes it full. Two outs on the board. It's John O'Pierce at third base. He's got about 5 strides off third as Rogers fouls that one back. It's just over the glove of Arrett. It was a pitch that was outside and high. Good job by Rogers to battle that one off. Three-two, Rogers Up the right field line again this time. Rogers off the inside of his bat. It's a pop fly into center field that Kotwicki handles A-OK. So that'll be the inning. They leave John O'Pierce on third base. But runners threatening nearly in every inning for Carson-Newman. They're up 5-0 as we move into the bottom of the sixth here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
It is 5-0 here as we move into the bottom of the sixth, where Colton Kaysen returns for his sixth inning of work. He has thrown 5 total and 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk to go along with it. And Jared Hoppes will lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth. Emory and Henry looking for their first run in quite a few innings now. Last run scored was in the bottom of the 6th inning in Game 1. And here comes Kaysen as he gets Hoppes swinging on that one. He catches a piece of his bat, so it's 1-1. So 16 innings now since Emory and Henry has scored a run. And that pitch from Kaysen misses, so it is 2-1. Hoppes is 0 for 2 in this ball game, struck out in his first at bat. And this one, 3 hops softly to Cole Nathan, sidearm toss on the run, and Colton Evans makes the stretch to get Hoppes. And first, a really good play by Nathan and Evans to make that bang-bang play happen. And that brings up Jaden Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 2 today. He was 0 for 3 in Game 2 and 0 for 2 in Game 1. He did have 2 walks in Game 1, though. And that first pitch from Kaysen misses much too far inside, nearly hits Rodriguez for ball 1. Here comes Kaysen on the 1-0, and it misses outside and high this time. Going the opposite direction with it. Maybe an overcorrection there. Next pitch from Kaysen is fired in, and it is a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Jaden Rodriguez. 2 fly balls out to left field that have put him away both times in this ball game. This one out towards left, but it's well foul. So make the count 2-2. Rodriguez, normally a .419 hitter. In his 0 for games that he's had this series, as Kaysen misses outside and low on the lefty. snapped a 3-game multi-hit streak. He had been hitting well against Wise, against Ferrum, and against Tusculum. As here comes Kaysen. This one a line drive up the left field line, and it's going to get well past Sebastian Rodriguez. Maddox Green moves in to corral it, and Jaden Rodriguez has his first hit of the series with that line drive up the left field line. Trying to give the Wasps a chance to put some runs on the board. They've got 5 outs now to make up for 5 runs that the Eagles have put up in this ball game. This one ending in 7 innings. And now Kyle Fields, who has one of 3 hits now for Emory and Henry, swings through the first pitch from Kaysen. Fields has been on base both times in this ball game. He walked in his first at bat and then hit a line drive out to right field in his second at bat. He was eventually caught on first base, and this one a hard ground ball just underneath the backhanded reach of John O. Pierce. Jaden Rodriguez is on second, safe and sound, and Kyle Fields with his second hit of the day. Second hit of the ball game, I should say. Third hit of the day. He was 1 for 3 in game 1 of this doubleheader. And now here comes J.D. James, who the Wasps would love to have on base. A lot of speed on the base paths from James as Kaysen misses high and away for ball 1. There is 1 out on the board. Jaden Rodriguez is at second base. Kyle Fields is at first. And J.D. James has a 1-0 count. Now make it 2-0 after that breaking ball misses outside and low from Kaysen. James is 0 for 2 in this game. A fly ball to Colton Kaysen in his last at bat. And then also hit a hard ground ball to first base that was eventually a force out by Colton Evans. And that one is fouled out of play. So 2-1 now for J.D. James. James was 0 for 3 in game 1 of this doubleheader and was 1 for 3 in game 1 of the series as he fouls another one back to make the count 2-2. Swung on and missed, got him on the slider. Good job by Kaysen there, and beautiful sequencing by him and Rogers. Strikeout number 8 for Colton Kaysen. And Tom Griffin will go out to potentially relieve Kaysen. See what he does here. Kaysen has thrown 85 total pitches. Looks like Griffin is talking to Jacob Rogers mostly in that huddle. Jackson Arrett, the catcher, is due up next. Runners are at first and second. There's 2 outs on the board. And everyone will come off the mound. Kaysen gives a little tap to his shortstop, John O. Pierce. Sebastian Rodriguez gives him a little bit of encouragement as he walks off the mound. And he'll step in to face Jackson Arrett, the catcher making his first start in this series. And Arrett watches the first pitch go by. It's a really, really good off-speed pitch that makes the count 0-1. Arrett is 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Struck out looking in his first at bat and hit a line drive to Colton Evans that was caught. This one off the dirt right in front of the plate to Cole Nathan at second base, and a routine throw to first will put away the inning. So 2 stranded, and Emory and Henry still yet to score here. Carson-Newman leads 5-0 as we move into the top of the 7th, the final frame here from Porterfield Duval. We'll be right back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Brady Halstead comes in to throw this final frame for Emory and Henry, and he faces Colton Evans. The first pitch from Halstead misses low in the dirt, and it skips over the glove of Aaron. So it's a 1-0 count. Halstead fires again, kind of similar spot. It's past Aaron to make it 2-0. Halstead has been one of Emory and Henry's better relievers this season. He has a 3.45 ERA over 15 2/3 as he fires again and misses low to Evans. So Evans has a 3-0 count here in the first at bat that Halstead has thrown here. Halstead standing at 6'5". The senior throws from the right side and now finally fires a fastball to the outer corner. (3-1) is swung on. Colton Evans goes to the shortstop. He's to his left side diving, and he gets Colton Evans on a beautiful throw to J.D. James. Oh my goodness. Defensive plays all over. And that's going to be out number 1 for Emory and Henry. And now Alex Ring will come in and hit for Maddox Green. Ring will face Halstead for the first time. And just the second batter to see Halstead. The first pitch to Alex Ring is a strike on the outer corner. Halstead has made 7 appearances, make this his 8th here in 2026. He has a win and a loss to his name. And here he comes on the 0-1. Ring swings and misses. Let's make it 0-2. 15 2/3, like I said, he's given up 19 hits in that span and just 6 earned runs throughout his time on the hill. Next pitch hits outer corner, got him looking. Alex Ring sat down in the first strikeout from Brady Halstead. And now Matt Bishop will come in to pinch hit here in the top of the 7th. There is 2 outs on the board. Bishop came into a similar spot like this, aside from the fact that Carson-Newman was down quite a few runs. And he's kind of been a pinch hitter that Tom Griffin has gone back to time and time again. Jacked a 2-run shot against Anderson, and he swings at that one, fouls it off. So it is a 1-1 count for Matt Bishop, the freshman. Bishop hitting .300 this season. His first at bat, he pinch hit against LMU, and he watches the next pitch go by. Good spot on the outside corner for strike 2. And here comes the 1-2. It's over the first baseman's head and into right field as Matt Bishop takes a hard turn around first base. He's going to stretch it to a double as he dives in head first. The throw just off a little bit to Hoppes from Bracey out and right. And Matt Bishop has a double here. In this top of the 7th, he puts himself in scoring position for Cole Nathan. Nathan is 0 for 3 in this particular contest. In the first game of this doubleheader, he was 3 of 6 with 2 home runs. As a part of two of his 3 hits. Nathan hits a chop ground ball to Hoppes. He tosses it on the run, but Cole Nathan, too quick, gets there off the weak throw. Matt Bishop is into third base, and back-to-back hits for Carson-Newman has put runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Sebastian Rodriguez will step up. Halstead has given up back-to-back hits now, and now in danger of giving up just his 7th earned run of the season, as Rodriguez takes the first pitch, but it is a strike on the upper half, so make it 0-1. The freshman is 0 for 3 today. Did reach on an error in his first at bat and would come around to score, but otherwise has flown out to center field and has hit a line drive to the shortstop. And that one a little too high to Rodriguez, so make it 1-1. Rodriguez, a .316 hitter on the season. And that next pitch, good on the lower half to make it 1-2. Has seen most of his hits this season come in this latter part of March as he's been splitting time with John O'Pierce. 1-2, misses in the dirt from Halstead. Matt Bishop will stay where he is on first base. A good job by Errett to keep that one in front. Rodriguez, 7 of 24 this season, and watches the next one go by. It's high, so a full count for the freshman. All 7 of Rodriguez's hits have come since the start of March, so has really just found success recently for Carson-Newman. And here comes the payoff. It's fouled off and gets out of the glove of Errett. So we'll do it for one more time at least, as Cole Nathan had taken off towards second. 2 outs on the board. This is the top of the 7th. The last chance the Eagles have to put runs on the board. And Halstead delivers the payoff as Rodriguez gets that one up the right field line, but it curls just foul. 7 pitches in this at-bat for Sebastian Rodriguez thus far, as these Carson-Newman hitters continue to challenge Emory and Henry's pitchers. And that one is in the dirt and inside at Rodriguez's toes, so he'll take his base, the first walk to match a strikeout from Brady Halstead. And that brings up John O'Pierce, the shortstop. Pierce is 2 for 3 in this game. Hit a ground ball out to center field in his last at-bat, but also has a double in this game. As pitching coach Jimmy Gamboa is going to go out and have a conversation with Halstead quickly. Bases are juiced for Carson-Newman. It is Matt Bishop on third, Cole Nathan on second, and Sebastian Rodriguez at first. Halstead to this point has only given up 6 earned runs in 2026 and has made quite the improvement from his junior season. He transferred over from Surrey Community College, but in his junior season had an 11 ERA and has worked that down to a 3.45 here in 2026, trying to keep things clean. Pierce fouls the first offering back. And Pierce fans through the next pitch, makes it 0-2. And Pierce goes down looking. Good pitch by Halstead, gets him out of a bases loaded jam. And the fourth strikeout of the day for the Wasp pitching staff in this 7-inning game. They have just 3 outs to work with to make out 5 runs from Carson-Newman. And we'll see if they can do it when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network in the bottom of the 7th.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Well, Eli Norris will come in and be asked to be the one to close out this game, hopefully get Carson-Newman the 3-game sweep over Emory and Henry after they came into the weekend 3-9 in conference play and look to leave 6-9 and keep climbing those SAC standings and hope to get back into the conference playoff picture. Carson-Newman was projected 3rd in the SAC's preseason poll, and trying to work back into a spot. They have had to face 2 top 10 teams throughout their initial conference action, but they dropped 2 out of 3 to Lincoln Memorial, and they dropped 2 out of 3 to Anderson, so need to do well. They've got Emory and Henry in this final game here, and then they got to take care of Tusculum on the road as well. Newberry comes and visits them at the end of March, and Wingate will follow in the beginning of April. And the first pitch from Eli Norris to Jeriel Lamboy is a line drive foul ball that curls out of play down the right field side. So an 0-1 count to Lamboy. He is 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in his last at bat and otherwise grounded out to Colton Evans at first base. And he waves through the next pitch to make it 0-2. Defensive substitutions for Carson-Newman. Sean Strittmatter is playing second base right now. And a couple of changes in the outfield as well with the pinch hitting happening in the top of the 7th. Next pitch from Norris misses high and away, but a good 0-2 pitch nonetheless. Makes it 1-2, and Lamboy, the third baseman, trying to get his first hit of the day. Colton Kaysen gave up just 4 hits in his 6 innings of work. He also counted for 8 strikeouts, and Eli Norris fires another pitch in the zone that is fouled back. Kaysen, who went for a complete 7 against Catawba and went for 5 against Anderson, will go just 6 today. And that one is cut on and missed. And it sounds like Lamboy got a piece of it, so the count will stay 1-2 after that one got past the glove of Jacob Rogers. Lamboy with a lot of speed. Wonder if he would have made it there had he not gotten a piece of that one. And here comes Eli Norris for the 1-2 all over. Curveball. Misses just outside, makes it 2-2. Kaysen threw 87 total pitches, 6 innings, allowed just 4 hits. And here comes Norris on the 2-2, too high. Makes the count full. The coaches have said that Eli Norris kind of makes your heart race, and he does this time and time again where he's had to come into a couple different tough spots, but he's asked to close this one out and get Carson-Newman the sweep here. Goes into the dirt with that pitch. Jerry Lamboy will take his base, and Norris starts things off with a walk here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now then, the right fielder, number 10, Isaiah Bracey.
Emory and Henry in their game against Virginia Wise was down 5-1 going into the 8th inning where they tacked on 5 and they end up winning the ball game 6-5. So it's not unheard of here for the Wasps to get back into this game. Carson-Newman currently leads 5-0. And first pitch to Isaiah Bracey is a good fastball on the outer upper half for strike 1. Norris has made 10 appearances here in 2026. His longest appearance was in the final game against Anderson when Carson-Newman came back, and he nearly nails Isaiah Bracey with a pitch. Oh, he did nick him. Okay, so Isaiah Bracey will take his base. 2 straight free bases from Eli Norris. That'll put runners on second and first. That brings up Ryan Payton. Payton is 1 for 2 today, a strikeout in his first at-bat, and then a ground ball to third base in his last at-bat that allowed him to reach. He was eventually stranded. Norris trying to get his first out, and he kicks and fires. Another first pitch strike to Ryan Payton. Norris has thrown 15 innings this season and has a 1-2 record. Is credited for a save as well. 4.2 ERA, 19 strikeouts to go along with it. And that next pitch fouled back by Payton will make it 0-2. Payton has played in 15 games this season for Emory and Henry. And that one pitched out by Eli Norris. Jacob Rogers looking for some action on the base paths, but he won't find it. And it's a 1-2 count now with that one well outside and high. Payton traveling a long way to be a part of this Wasp squad. Coming out of California as he swings through that pitch from Norris. Good fastball there. 90 miles an hour from Eli Norris.
Now that Gregory Henry, the center fielder, number 40, Jace Kotwicki.
The 9th strikeout of the ball game for the Eagle pitching staff here in 7 innings. And here comes Jace Kotwicki. Center fielder dodges out of the way of a pitch that's moving into the lefty, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Kotwicki is 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts to his name in this contest. In Game 1 against the Eagles, earlier today, he was 1 of 3, a line drive out to left field, his only hit. Next pitch from Norris, misses low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Jace Kotwicki. Runners are at first and second. There's 1 out on the board after the Eli Norris strikeout to Ryan Payton just a batter ago. And here comes the 2-0. It's right up the middle. John O'Pierce dives but can't get to it. Lamboy is wheeling his way around third base. He's going to be in standing up as Jacob Rogers gloves down the throw. And Emory and Henry has their first run scored in 16 innings of ball here in this series finale. RBI single from Jace Kotwicki, the one to get it done. And he works a hit off of Eli Norris, the first hit surrendered by the senior reliever. Now Jarrett Hopp is the shortstop. Works in a similar position to Kotwicki. He's got runners at first and second. The first pitch to him misses well outside. Rogers sliding to his right side to get there. Rogers gives the sign to Norris, and Hoppes squares around the bunt. It's right in front of Rogers. Norris dodges out of the way. That throw's going to get by Colton Evans as Isaiah Bracey jogs his way into home base. Kotwicki moves over to third, and Jared Hoppes capitalizes on a throwing error from Jacob Rogers to Colton Evans that will put him on second base after what would have been just a sacrifice bunt. Brings up Jaden Rodriguez, so now Emory and Henry with 2 runs on the board has made this one interesting and threatening to ruin the Eagles' offensive party that they have had so far here in Emory, Virginia. Isaiah Bracey scored. Jace Kotwicki is over to third base, and Jared Hoppes on second, and now Jason White will go out and relieve Eli Norris of his duties, and Carson-Newman will welcome Kyle Adams to the mound to see if he can close out this ball game. He had the tall task of closing out the game against Lee in a really tight situation, bases loaded, and he ends up getting a big strikeout. So working off that momentum, see if he can do it when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Well, Jaden Rodriguez just grounded out to first base. And it looks like they're trying to say that Colton Evans did not touch first base after he fielded that ball. Rodriguez took 2 pitches, and Evans had crashed in. It looked like he tagged the bag with his foot on his way by, but umpires are going to have a conversation to see if he did touch the base. Yes, he is out. And the South Atlantic Conference, one of the downsides of not playing in Gulf South is that you don't have video review. So the SAC, one of few conferences in Division II that does not have video review. And the appeal from Trey McCall on the Wasps bench is no good. So 2 out. Kyle Fields up to hit. He is 2 for 2 today, and he swings through the first pitch from the new pitcher Kyle Adams, who had just come in. And that one is a strike. Kotwicki had come in to score on that ground ball from Rodriguez, so it is a 3-5 ball game. And next pitch to Fields. Misses outside, so a 1-1 count. So now just a 2-run deficit for Emory and Henry to make up here in the bottom of the 7th. They've got a runner in scoring position on third base. That is the tying run at the plate in Kyle Fields. And he fouls that one back to make the count 1-2. 1-2 with 2 outs. Runner on third is Jared Hoppes. He's got speed. If the ball gets past Jacob Rogers, Fields hits one high into the air as the catch is made out there in left field, and Carson-Newman completes the sweep of Emory and Henry. They win the last 5 games in a row, one against Catawba, one against Lee, and now 3 against Emory and Henry to improve to 6-9 in sack play and 14-11 on the season, whereas Emory and Henry will fall to 6-18 on the year and 3-12 in sack play. Carson-Newman doing a good job with the bats in these games. Double-digit runs in each of the first 2 contests, and they do just enough here in Game 3. Carson-Newman wins by a score of 5-3. 6 good innings of work by Colton Kaysen to help get the job done, and then Kyle Adams comes in to finish the job. And we appreciate you tuning in all weekend here on the Eagles Sports Network, but from all of us here, we thank you so much for listening and supporting Carson-Newman Athletics. Andrew Rogers will be on later for the coverage of Carson-Newman women's basketball against Lincoln Memorial. That one tips off at 7:30. And Matt Scalzo might still be on the call for Carson-Newman softball against Lincoln Memorial. So if you want to jump over and listen to him, it would be much appreciated. For now, I've been Randa DeCrow, and we'll see you in the next one.